I'm Neil Hallam and welcome to the Robin Hood 500. I created the Robin Hood 500 as a journey of discovery, a discovery of the beautiful places in this part of England and a discovery of the rich stories spun around our legendary outlaw. My 500-mile route started and finished in Nottingham, where I spent my police career, but you could jump on anywhere on its loop through Leicestershire, Lincolnshire, Nottinghamshire, Yorkshire and Derbyshire. First, a little about me. I spent 22 years as a Nottinghamshire police officer hunting down Nottingham's more modern outlaws. Either side of my police career, I trained and worked as a journalist, writing several books and many magazine articles. I also love to travel by motorcycle, bicycle, camper van or by trekking some of the world's more remote places. This love of travel, combined with an inquiring mind and an investigative flair, led to the Robin Hood 500. What is the Robin Hood 500? Well, in its simplest form, the Robin Hood 500 or 500RH is a 500-mile journey linking places with a connection to Robin Hood. But it's much more than just that. It's a concept, it's a holiday, or perhaps a series of short breaks. And it is a journey from Nottingham to Robin Hood's Bay and back, through some of England's most stunning scenery. It's a cultural experience led by a guidebook with almost 500 pages of information for you, and there's a website and a membership experience too. Now, I know some people who would complete the whole 500 miles in a single day just for the sense of achievement, but you'd miss so much by not visiting the interesting places around the 500RH or in learning about the stories woven around those places. And it would also take a very long time if you were to visit every single place of interest around the 500RH in one journey. My Robin Hood 500 guidebook delves deep into the history and legends around the 500RH, allowing you to choose your own highlights and plan your own individual 500RH journey. The Robin Hood 500 guidebook has two sections. First, it's got a turn-by-turn route description, which suggests a much more interesting journey than your sat-nav would provide for you. And then it's got a section of detailed information about the places of interest along the way and how each area connects to the legends of Robin, Marion, Little John, Friar Tuck and the Merry Men. Where will the Robin Hood 500 take you? Well, first it will take you to Nottingham. I started and finished in Nottingham, but you could jump on at any point through to Robin Hood's Bay or the journey there and back. Nottingham has a rich history all its own, but particularly when you sow its history around the ballads of Robin Hood. And its Robin Hood highlights include the Robin Hood statue, which makes for a fantastic selfie opportunity. Nottingham Castle, where Robin and the Sheriff acted out so much of their drama. There's the old trip to Jerusalem, a historic pub where Robin might have enjoyed a pint before journeying on crusade with Richard the Lionheart. There's the old Market Square, which might well have been the location of the Silver Arrow contest depicted in many ballads and portrayed with such humour by Walt Disney's animated Robin Hood film. There's even an army connection, with the Robin Hood Rifles being formed in the castle grounds, and they're commemorated with a memorial in the Lace Market. Nottingham's Galleries of Justice have been a place of justice and execution since the Norman times, so it could well have featured in the sheriff's plans for Robin. We journey to Lincoln, home of Robin's famous Lincoln green clothing and the much more affluent Lincoln scarlet clothing that he wore on formal occasions. We travel back through rural Nottinghamshire with a walk up Robin Hood Hill, which was once known as Robin Hood's piss pot before the Victorians cleaned up the maps. We go to Marion's home village of Blidworth, which has two claims to the legend, as it also has Will Scarlet's grave. Edwinstowe is possibly the biggest hotspot of Robin Hood locations, including the Major Oak and the church where Robin and Marion were said to have been married. Travelling north, there's a remote hermitage near Mansfield and a much more ornate chapel near Worksop that are connected to Friar Tuck. Then into Yorkshire, which has very strong claims to Robin Hood, including his possible birthplace in Loxley on the outskirts of Sheffield. Robin Hood's Bay might have been a sanctuary from the sheriff's men, and he's said to have made a legendary archery shot from the roof of Whitby Abbey. Moving south, we visit Fountains Abbey, where Robin is said to have carried Friar Tuck across the River Skell, and we visit his gravesite at Kirklees Priory. Derbyshire too has its own claims to our hero, including Little John's grave in Hathersage and yet another legendary feat of archery where an arrow was shot from the church in Hathersage to a stone called Robin Hood's Stoop. There's lots of hamlets and inns throughout Derbyshire which have taken our hero's name. Codnor Castle is a Norman castle linked to a possible candidate for Nottingham's evil sheriff. The Robin Hood 500 guidebook delves deeper into anything that interested me on my journey, and I hope that the things that interested me might interest you too. The guidebook looks at how the legends developed and where the legends touched the lives of real people. It also suggests walks and cycle rides which might enhance your experience of the 500RH, and I'll be adding more of those as the project grows. Thank you for watching, and I hope you do consider buying a copy of my Robin Hood 500 guidebook.